Hi, today I'm going to be attempting the Brad Mondo butterfly cut with my hair. I have had two kids in the last year and a half, 2 years, and so my hair is a whole bunch of different layers after having some hair loss after having my kids, and it is just like very blah. You can see it's pretty long, but you can maybe even see it right here. There's all of these like 6-inch, 8-inch pieces of hair, and then I also have some hair loss from my most recent child who's 4 months old now, so this part is going to be coming in again, and we're going to start all over with that journey. So my hair's a whole bunch of different lengths right now, and the ends are just kind of toast. You can see here that they are, yeah, not looking super hot. So I'm hoping to put some layers into this, and hopefully it turns out good. If it doesn't, you know, it's just hair. It'll grow back. I am not very attached to it right now. I'm just looking for a change, hopefully have something a bit new. So I have, according to the video, I have my hair ties. My toddler took my rat tail comb and lost it somewhere in the house, but I do have a comb, and then I have my hair cutting shears as well. And not pictured is the fact that I'm going to really thoroughly wet my hair. I'm going to actually do that under the faucet in the tub, because I find that that's just the easiest way to get as much of this as wet as I can. So I will be back with my wet hair. Okay, so now I'm back with my very soaking wet hair. You're supposed to find the apex of your head. This comb is going to be a little bit short, I think, for me to try to do that. So I'm going to use this big long comb. I'm going to stand, I think it's right about here. Maybe a little bit farther forward. There. And then you're just going to part the front section behind your ears. Forward. Take a look. I'm sure it'll be good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it shouldn't be super wonky, but the goal is to have kind of two equal parts here, I think. Whoops. Okay. Now comes the tricky part, where I put this in a ponytail right over my eyebrows, and I have to comb it through super thoroughly. So I'm going to do that off camera here, mainly because I just don't have a lot of storage. So now that I have this nice and low down and combed really well through, there's no bumps. You can see all this empty space because my hair is so thin right now. I'm going to go and do the back ponytail, which is supposed to sit like way up top here. And I might pull this down a little bit farther when I get ready to cut it. But if I pull it down any farther now, I won't be able to see. So I will be back again in 2 seconds. Okay, so I am back here. I have my high pony in the back. I have this in the front. We are just going to take a nice big snip. I am thinking like 4 inches. Seems about like a good thing. You want to take the same amount on the front as you'll end up taking on the back. That seems like a nice amount, so I'm gonna back up here a little bit. Maybe I'll stand on my tippy toes so you can see the slice. We'll go over top. How does that look? Oh, kind of went off to the side there on the bottom. Let's clean that up a bit. I need some new shears. I used these to cut my husband's hair, and his hair is super thick, so they're actually getting a little bit dull. There we go. Now, I don't think that this is in Brad's video, but I am going to take a pair of thinning shears and just do kind of one snip about an inch from the ends, just so that these blend out really nicely when they're down. I don't know if that'll work or not, but hypothetically it should. Let's see, that's about an inch. Just one. Boop. There. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Oh, I'm so excited for this. It's been such a long time since I had a new look. I've been trying to grow my hair out, but then, you know, I've just had so much hair loss that it's getting thin, and then that's just not a look that I've been going for. Also, I had a couple of years ago, it's taken a super long time to grow out, a salon really over processed some highlights that I had done, and they just cooked my ends. So you can see my ends are still pretty dry. There's about 5 or 6 inches of hair there that really should come off, but I'm not interested in doing that today. Okay, so I think this is about that same. You know what I have? The nice thing about cutting above your fingers is then you can trap the hair and you can keep it as a little reference point. That's about the same amount. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, that cut was better than the first one. I will definitely say that. Yeah. Still a bit crooked. I don't remember. I obviously over-directed my hair a whole bunch here, and I think that's what you're supposed to do, but I don't remember if it was that or if you were just supposed to cut it up top. I think you were supposed to over-direct it to the front. We're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna give it a nice little snip here. Boop. And then I'm going to take this out. Now, Brad does suggest that you take it out and you can check your work, essentially. I will not be doing that today. I will finish the cut, and if it's uneven when I style it, I will come back another day and fix it. Okay, little triangle sectioned out in the front of my head. I don't want to cut these face framing pieces super short because I don't really want to deal with a bang situation. I just know that I'll end up pinning them back all the time. So I'm going to try not to split these in half. Boop. And again, you can really see on the sides here, it's kind of a joke sectioning these out because there's no hair over here, but that just is what it is. Okay, there. Okay, that's pretty close. It'd be easier if I had the right comb, but that's also fine. Okay, good enough. So then you're going to, I think, over direct quite significantly. Comb through and over direct. Boop. And you're going to keep the tension on the hair. Where are my scissors? There they are. And give it a good, how long is this going to be? This is maybe going to look a bit silly, but that's okay. Being this long, a big snip. Nice. And then I'm going to take this side and over direct the other way. I think it was about that much. I don't think that this is any shorter. Keep the tension in the hair. Aha. Let's see. Let's see how even these are. Oh, you know what? That is not bad. This side is a little bit longer. Yeah, it is. I'm going to just comb through again. Oh, I apparently also missed a couple of hairs. Redirect way over to the other side and take maybe another 1/4 of an inch off. That feels better. Okay. Now, maybe now this side is shorter. You know what? That is a fact. You know what? By the time we're done with this, I'm just gonna end up with a bang anyway, apparently. Let's see. Just a little snipperoo. Okay, that is good enough. Now there's obviously quite a significant drop here, so I'm going to comb through this. I will be honest, I don't remember what Brad did. It was a while ago that I watched that tutorial, but I am just going to take my shears. This would be a lot easier if you had a razor. I do not have a hair cutting razor, and I'm not willing to try with a body razor. So I'm going to use my shears, and I'm just going to kind of slowly close them going down the length of this piece of hair. There. So that'll help. Let's do that on the other side too. Help connect these face framing pieces. Hopefully that's not too big of a... We'll see what it looks like when it's styled. I might have to touch this up a bit, but it's tough to tell right now. This is very awkward. Using your hands like this, okay. We should do a little bit more. You can see there is some difference in length there, but that's really not a lot of hair. How does it? Yeah, definitely not as much as the other side, at least. There. Now, I also want to take off a little bit of length. The nice thing about the butterfly cut is that it really doesn't take off any length, it just adds layers. However, my ends are cooked, so I'm going to trim a little bit off of that just so that it looks better, obviously. And we'll grow more without breaking off. So I'm going to section my hair here into 4 quadrants, which I will do off camera, and I will be back. Okay, so I've sectioned my hair into 4 quadrants, and then in the back I have put these ponytails in. Now, I put the ponytails in way back where the hair lives, so that when I pull it forward to cut it, I'm not going to be doing anything silly, but it will look kind of stupid when I pull it forward. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm not taking very much off, like 1.5 inches, maybe. Maybe I'll pull this out a little bit. Make it a little bit less. Yeah, there. I'm going to see how this goes. Cutting above the ponytail, because I hate a mess. Then we're going to kind of cut. Nifty. Oh, this is going to feel so good when I wash this out. I'm very excited. Okay, so same like this one. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit. Now my hair actually wasn't super even when I started, again, I think due to breakage and also just not having gone in for a good cut for a while. Don't cut your fingers. Nice. Okay, how's that looking? Pretty decent. Let's see it from the back. Oh, there's a big long chunk that I missed. Where are you, big long chunk? Right here. Seems like the right amount. I don't know if you can see how it's looking back there. Feels better. Sure, it'll look better. Anything will look better than what it was like before. So I'm going to take up these front sections and just kind of do the same thing with them. Now they actually, I won't bother with the ponytails because they're already so much shorter. I'm just going to give them a little trim here on the ends of those longer layers, just to kind of make sure that they blend in nicely with the length that I cut off on the other side. There, kind of the same like this. Oh, this section's kind of fallen out. Just to get rid of some of this dead length. There. Is that even? Does that look even? Oh, there's some straggly guys. I know pulling it all from the back to the front doesn't give you the most accurate idea of how even it is because you're over directing the hair, but I don't have another mirror. This was kind of an impulse decision, so. Okay. There we go. I will wash it and style it, and I will come back and show you the final results. Hopefully it looks good. Otherwise, I can always chop off more and we can go on a whole hair adventure together. But hopefully that is not what ends up happening. So, see you in a bit. Hi, it is the next day. I ended up having to run some errands yesterday, and so I'm going in and finishing up today. I ended up going and cutting a little bit more out of my bangs this morning, just because I think that it needed it to kind of make the look a little bit better, even though I said that I wouldn't. And then I'm going to go in here right away with the Mondo Super Gloss. This was a fantastic buy. I bought this a couple months ago. Well, actually, like probably when it first came out, like a year ago. And I have gotten, this will be the 4th use out of it. And I think that it'll finish up the tub, but it smells super good, and I have gotten like way more out of it than I expected. I do, again, especially over the past year, have dealt with pretty fine hair, so that might not be everybody's experience, but yeah, 4 uses, that's pretty great. So I have sectioned out my hair. It is not a color, so I mean, this doesn't necessarily matter, but I find that it just goes so much faster, and then you don't have to go in and waste product by applying twice and going over a bunch of areas that you might have missed. So I'm going to do this quickly, and yeah, I'm going to start in the front. Usually you start in the back, but just in case I start running out, these are definitely the more dry, damaged areas of my hair. So I want to kind of target this part first and then work my way towards the back. So I will do one section here, and then I will go off camera to finish up. You can see my 4 quadrants that I have sectioned out here. And I'm just going to take a little clip, and I'm just going to kind of work my way from the bottom up. Again, my hair is really fine, so this is going to come in together very quickly. I'm just gonna put that up there. I'm just working with my hands. And these are pretty big sections, but again, my hair is so fine that it just goes in really quickly, and I will comb through the whole thing once we're done, just to make sure that I didn't miss any spots. is a very hydrating mask, so I'm not going to be doing, I mean, outside of, do you want to be gentle with damp hair? This is not going to do any damage by combing through, and it's just going to make sure that all of the product is nicely, evenly distributed. So that is section 1 done enough for now. I'll go through the rest of my hair and then kind of touch up any places in the sections where I feel like there might be any dryness, and then I will cover this up, and the instructions say to wait 20 minutes. I have laundry to fold, so I will be waiting more than 20 minutes because I will do that in the meantime, and I'll come back with it styled and finished. So this is the final result. I am loving it. There's way more life in my hair. You can see all the shine. Some of that is helped by the fact that this is my natural hair here, but the super gloss obviously did a fantastic job. Got these little shorter pieces in the front, these face framing pieces here. Yeah, overall I am really happy with these results. These shorter layers just add so much more body back into my hair, and it was a really easy tutorial to follow. So 2 thumbs up from me. It's gonna take me a little while to learn how to style my hair. Again, as you can see here, there's a bit of chaos going on up top. I have actually a bit of a cowlick here that I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with. But overall, love it.